Hey guys, welcome back. I'm me, DC Gunner, and today we have a Tag Heuer Carrera on a review. It's automatic. And let me tell you this story. On the on Sunday morning, and I went on a little road trip, and I picked up this used Carrera automatic 7750 Vaju movement Tag Heuer. I got it. This is not my first experience with Tag Heuer Carreras. My buddy had one on the bracelet, and this watch, if you're gonna get it on bracelet because it's very different animal on the bracelet than on this rubber band. Band is good, but the watch is completely different animal on a band. So this is not my first experience with Tag Heuer. I knew before getting it that I'm not gonna like it that much because I had it on my wrist. I wore it. I had several Carreras experiences, so I knew pretty much what I'm getting into myself. But Tag Heuer is a brand that gets a lot of hate, and I'm speaking this all the time. But for no reason. The biggest reason is that they charge so much on their watches, but on the used market, they are great value, and this one's used. That's why I got it because it's a great value. You can get them on eBay around at the same price at the Omega Reduced, and it's up to you, whether you want an Omega Reduced or this one. Even Omega Reduced are go fetching a bit bigger prices than this one, and the problem with Omega Reduce, it's not a Speedmaster, and the movement, it's just a ETA movement with the added chronograph module, and it's speaking with watchmakers, it's a nightmare to work on and to repair them, and they do get some really they get some issues. However, this is a 7750 Vaju movement. It's a beaten and proven movement that really is bulletproof. And whoever slags off 7750, they shouldn't, because it almost saved the industry, and it's one of those bulletproof chronographs. I had Breitlings and many watches with 7750. I dropped them, and you know how Breitling heavy it is. I dropped it on the floor, on concrete floor, and nothing happened to the movement. So it's very robust movement to begin with. So yeah, this is Carrera Automatic. I'm telling you, this watch never really spoke to me, but that is just my personal preference. The two most popular watches I can recommend from Tag Heuer is the Carrera and the Monaco, and those are pretty much the most iconic watches they have in their line these days, and they are pushing it really hard. There's some fantastic aqua racers, but the Carrera or Monaco is what you really want to have from Tag Heuer. If you are planning to have it in your collection, you're planning to upgrade to a Longines chronograph or something like that, because it can be done. And I think it's much nicer to have, in my personal opinion, to wear Tag Heuer Carrera chronograph than a Longines, some sort of chronograph, especially if you're buying retail. But both of those watches I would buy on the used market, like I did. I went on a little road trip, and there's nothing better than wake up in the morning, early in the morning, and go to the road trip. I usually go with my mate, but he was on a vacation, so I went with my wife, and we had a blast. It's that excitement of going, not knowing who will show up, who will arrive, negotiating a little bit more, meeting up the guy sitting in front. We sat in the coffee shop, and we were looking at the parking lot and trying to guess which one will it be. And no sooner the guy arrived in flip-flops and a shorts. It was really casual, and we struck a deal very easily. He wanted to get rid of it. It was a great price. I haggled out a little bit more, and I ended up getting myself a Tag Heuer Carrera. So this is a watch that I will not keep in my collection per se. Maybe I will put it on a NATO band and I will wear it during the summer, but eventually I will trade it up for something nicer and something that really speaks to me a bit more. And something as you are a collector and your taste vary, your taste grow. And I remember the days when I started with the watches. This was the watch that would be my grail watch, because any automatic chronograph would be my grail watch when I first started with Seikos and Orients and anything else. But nowadays my tastes have risen a little bit. So, nevertheless, this watch is always a good buy on a used market, because you get so much watch for your money, and you get that Tag Heuer Carrera recognition. And don't ignore the watch snobs who are wearing Christopher Wards and whatnot. I have nothing against those watches, but they are wearing those kind of watches and they are slagging off and pissing and shitting all over the Tag Heuer Carrera. And I think it's because of the characters like Archie Luxury who ruined it. And Tag Heuer also has a dark past in the 90s. In the 90s, they produced some really crappy watches, but even Omega did, and lots of other watch brands. It was just the age. Nowadays, this is a bit older type Carrera. As you notice, the newer one, they have some red details and some cooler dial designs, layouts. But what really didn't spoke to me with this watch is, I don't know, I'm not really sure. But first time I saw it, and second time, and now this one, and I'm wearing it. It's something that after getting my reversal, I think my tastes have gone up a little bit. But not to slag off this watch, this is a still great watch. It has a sapphire crystal. It has a little bit of a dome on it. You can see this is a well-worn, well-used watch. You can see the polish inside. It's got lots of dings and scratches, but hey, it was worn. And the bezel got a little chunk here also. And other than that, the watch is pretty much the same as it left the factory, and that's one testament to the quality of this piece. And it has a date here, Vaju 7750 chronograph, and you can tell it's a Vaju because when you push it, you really need to push real hard. You need a firm grip to push it. It's not like those column wheel chronographs. So yeah, it's an automatic chronograph. Has a really nice case, 42 millimeters across the diameter, without the crowns. Has two cool pushers. I love these style of pushers, and 20 mil lug width, and it works perfectly. Keeps great time. It has an open case back, sapphire crystal, 100-meter water resistant because it's chronograph, and nicely decorated Vaju 7750 movement. I had Breitlinks that were closed case bags, and they were just stock movements, especially the older Breitling watches. And this one is a bit decorated, and I like it. This is original Tag Heuer rubber band, but I think I'm gonna wear it on a nice cool needle because I'm not really a biggest fan of rubber, and I think this one is not working with this watch at all. But I just wanted to show you on original how it comes. The clasp is very nice. I love the clasp design here. It comes, and it has two pushers from both sides, so it won't accidentally get opened. I'm so sorry, I'm having a little problem with the focus, but yeah, it's really cool summer watch. It can be your beater, and looking at the used prices, this is around $1,000 plus or minus. I don't know. It depends on the. At the time making this video, they were like $1,200 or something like that for used pieces, and I think for that kind of money, it's really good watch. I would go advise against buying the brand new one unless you have shitload of money and you, because for brand new one prices I can come up with lots of cool used watches you can get and enjoy. So yeah, I always, ever since the beginning of ADC Gunner channel, I tried to provide you value for money and to steer clear you. I like the bezel on this one. I like the tachymeter scale bezel. It's something really nice, and I feel that on a cool leather band or a NATO dishwatch will just pop, and I will have so much fun wearing it. And I bought this watch specifically to do a review. I thought it would be a fun watch to do a review, and I always buy watches at the right prices so I can trade my way up to something that's even nicer and better. And any watch dealer will take this one uh, into a trade off, into a trade deal if you have something that you really like. And when you buy them at the right prices, you will not lose your money. However, I'm gonna stress it and once more, if you buy it at retail, you will. So it's up to you. If you really like this watch, I think it's worth buying even in retail if you're gonna keep it forever, if you like Carrera. Me personally, I prefer Monaco line just a bit more because of all the stigma, and I like the bow dial, and Monaco is a bit more unique and cooler. I do have a review of Tag Heuer Monaco. You can check that out. I will link here in the description box of this video. And that's it. I'm signing off. Thank you for watching. I'm DC Gunner, and please give me a like, share if you like this video. If you didn't, give me a dislike. And until next time, thank you for watching, and see you guys.